Welcome back to another episode of Investing Explained. Here's today's question. Let's talk about an example that is relevant today. Whenever I'm looking in my screener here on TP Finance, I see a lot of financial companies that are relatively undervalued. So one approach surely is to buy a sector ETF just with financial companies. Now, what you said was that the sector had the best stocks. The way the sector ETFs work is that they are typically market weighted, meaning that bigger banks like Bank of America and Wells Fargo would take up a larger part of the ETF than smaller banks. John Greenblatt, who you might know, have shown that equal weighted sector ETFs perform better than the market cap index because the stocks that are temporarily out of favor will go up in price and stocks that are overvalued would go down in price, which would be under and overrepresented in a market capitalized index, respectively. So if you want to go the sector ETF route, you might consider doing an equal weighted index. But generally, I don't think that sector ETFs is a bad idea if you choose the most undervalued sector, which right now would be financials and energy. But let me give you another suggestion. If you would buy Vanguard's value ETF, you can get it for as cheap as 0.04% in expense ratio, and you would already have an overrepresentation of financial stocks. For instance, you would have 23.6% compared to 15% in the S&P 500, and you would have the added benefit of not having to rebalance. Because when you rebalance or outright permanently sell your sector ETF, you will have to pay taxes. So if you stay within a solid value ETF, you would save the taxes. Of course, the drawback is that you won't be as concentrated in that sector. But if you do plan to hold a few sectors, which it sounds like on your question that you are, you really have to be good at picking those sectors and sell them at just the right time to outweigh the extra cost and taxes. The reason is that if the value ETF is selected properly, it would automatically overrepresent the most undervalued stocks and therefore rebalance for you. That's it. Preston and I will continue explaining investing, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button.